Hey folks, welcome back. Today I wanted to take a look at a small, short two-player game. Usually not my forte, but this is the one that I think you will enjoy. It's called Kahuna. Now this just got a reprint not too long ago, so this is the older version that I actually bought in Korea, hence the Hangul writing there on the front of the board. But anyway, let's take a look at this two-player strategic card-playing game, and let's see what you think. First of all, you'll get a copy of the rules. You'll get a board that unfolds, of course, where you will actually be playing your pieces. And you'll also get a deck of cards, 24 cards. And then you'll get two sets of pieces. Each set of pieces has 25 bridges and then stone dials. They're wooden, they're not made out of stone, but they're stone dials that you'll be using to claim ownership of the islands. And there are 10 stone tiles here and 25 white bridges, and then same thing for the black pieces as well. So those are the components of the game. Let's take a look at how it plays. The setup for the game is very, very simple. Basically, each person will take the pieces for each color. The deck of cards is shuffled, and 3 cards are dealt to each player to start the game, and then 3 cards are placed face up, and then the rest are put face down. That's it. We're ready to play the game at this point. When play begins, the person who did not deal is the person who goes first. So let's say that I, as the black player, dealt the cards, so white player will go first. So you will take your hand of cards into your hand and take a look at what you have available to you. You have 3 cards available to you, and each card corresponds to one of the different islands on the map. All right, so Duda, Eli, and Badi. And you can see here on the board, each island has its name written by it as well. The cards, the island that this card stands for is in red, while all the others are in green. So it's very good design, I think. Helps you see exactly where that island is pretty quickly. So I would take my 3 cards, and you have the option of, first of all, playing either no island cards or up to 5 island cards. Now you only start with 3, of course, so that's normal. You can also discard cards, and we'll talk about that in just a few moments. So the first thing that you can do is play a card or a number of cards. Now, if you play 1 card, you're simply playing a card to place one of your bridges on any of the bridges that lead to that island. So here is the island of Duda, and it has 1, 2, 3, 4 possibilities. So let's say that, well, okay, I have Eli here as well, so I'll go here. And so I've played this card. All right? That's one thing that you can do. For example, let's say that it was my turn and this is what it was like. I already have 2 bridges leading to Duda, and then I play this card, which allows me to play another one. That gives me majority of bridges leading onto that island. If that is the case at any time, I would take one of my wooden stone tokens and place it on that island. That means it is my island. I'm going to get a point for that at the end of this round. Now, like I said earlier, somebody plays either 2 Duda cards or 2 Eli cards, or one of each. They can remove one of my bridges from that island, which brings me back below the majority. Then I would actually lose control of that island, so to speak. Now, another thing that you can do on your turn is play 2 cards. And that means that you will be able to remove another person's bridge from an island that is one or both of the cards that you have placed. Now, the reason I say that is, if I wanted to remove this island here that the black player played, then I would have to provide either 2 Eli cards or 2 Body cards or one of each, and then I would be able to remove that from the game. The last thing that you would do then is draw a face-up card or one of the top of the stack here. So you can draw any of these, at which point it would be replaced. Okay, so I played the one doodah card to place an island there. Then at the end of my turn, I would draw up, I would draw a card, and now it's my opponent's turn. So they would take their cards. We have Coco, Aloha, and Coco. At that point, I would probably just play one of my Coco cards, and I could choose any one of these 4 magical bridges. So I'll choose that one and draw back up. All right, so it goes back to the 2-player. Here I have Eli, Bari, and I think we'll go ahead and play that Eli card and place right there. All right. And to draw up this turn, I think I will go ahead and take the Kahuna card. And then it's my opponent's turn. I'll play the other Coco card. We'll do that. And then, no, actually we'll do this. And then we will pick up that card. So as we continue, then the white player would then play Bari card, and Bari is here. I'm going to go ahead and play here though. Now, since even though it was a Bari card, I played to doodah, I have the majority, so that actually gets me to place one of my magical stones there. All right, and then I'm going to go ahead and take one from the top here and go back to black player's turn. All right, on this one, I'm going to go ahead and play a Fa card, and Fa is this island right here, but I can play here. That would allow me to place, since I have 3 out of the 4, I can place my controlling marker there, and I'm going to pick up this Kahu card and go there. Comes back. Let's see here. All right, I'm going to take and play this Fa card and control this bridge right here. So now I have 2. I have more than black on this island, but I don't have majority yet. I'm going to have to get one more of these. And none of these cards help me do that, so I'll just draw off the top here. That wasn't bad. Wasn't bad at all. We go back to the black player, and let's see, we have, let's go ahead and play Kahu. That will allow us to lock down Coco. Now, it may be full right now, but that doesn't mean that white player is not ever going to be able to place here. Because if the white player plays a Bari and a Coco card, or 2 Bari cards or 2 Coco cards, they can remove this. Then later on, if they play 2 Fas or 2 Cocos or one of the other, they can replace this. They can take that away. And if they do that, I lose control of that island. Okay, so just because we have all of the items locked in doesn't mean they'll stay that way. So it's kind of an ebb and flow kind of feel here. So I'm going to look a little bit ahead here. I'm going to take this JoJo card. And play continues like that until all of the cards are drawn. After all of the cards are drawn, we would score however many points each player got. Then the discard pile is shuffled, 3 face-up cards are placed, and we continue play for the second round. After the second round, same thing happens. We score how many points each player has gotten, and then we reshuffle the draw pile and continue play. After the third round, however, when all of the cards are drawn, then we go 2 extra rounds because you'll have 2 cards left in your hand probably. and you won't be able to draw anymore, of course, but you'll play 2 more rounds, and then at the end of that round, we score how many points each side gets, and the person with the most points is the winner. Then, if there is a tie, first of all, we look, did anybody score any points in the last round? And if somebody scored, let's say if black scored more islands than white did, then black would win. Even though it was a tie, if they scored more islands in the 3rd round than white did, they would win the tie. If there was an equal amount of islands scored in the 3rd round, then we would look at how many bridges are on the board, and the person who has the most number of bridges wins. So everyone, that is Kahuna. Again, not my regular fare of game, but it is a game that I will willingly play with my wife or somebody else that is a filler game or something to that effect. My wife really doesn't like the longer games that are a little bit more intense. She doesn't like those. So this is a game that I'm willing to play with her, and she enjoys the game a lot as well. So again, a lighter game, not very difficult at all. But it still does have some meat to it, and it can be a very strategic game, and one that is very enjoyable. So I'm going to go ahead and give this, still in my collection, and it's been in my collection for well over 10 years. So I'll go ahead and give this 2 thumbs up, and it's a 2-player game that you should go ahead and go check out.
Thanks so much for watching the Dice Tower videos. Find more great videos and reviews, as well as our top-rated audio podcast at Dicetower.com. You can also find other great shows at DicetowerNetwork.com. I'm Eric Summerer, and you've been watching The Dice Tower. The Dice Tower is sponsored by Cool Stuff Inc., where you can find great games for great prices. Cool stuff in stock. Check them out at CoolStuffInc.com.